Countries are at war. People are crying, have mercy, have mercy. Politicians are proclaiming peace talks while soldiers fight on the ground. There is a disconnect between what people say and what people do, what leaders claim they desire and what nations pursue with their armies. There is a huge disconnect in what humanity claims it desires and what humanity does. But that disconnect is not so much between the people who all desire peace and prosperity, stability and dignity, but rather amongst the leaders who would quibble about what nation should profit the most or how its people may benefit at the expense of another people. Would you blame one nation? You cannot blame one nation, for every nation is a part of this evil. Even little tribal groups tend to fight amongst themselves for the same reasons. Whether it be in ancient times of this country of America, little tribes of Indians squabbling, or whether it be in the Middle East where armed militias fight one another, driven by warlords, or perhaps you would like to look a few centuries back and see how the barons in the various European countries and England continually fought one against the other, always squabbling to gain something that was unjustly acquired, to have a wealth that had not been worked for, or a benefit that shouldn't have been theirs to start with. Kingdoms claiming divine right to this land or that land. What divine right? God created all of man. He lends the land to man and takes it back at the end of their lives. The land belongs to God. Man is but a temporary sojourner upon the land. Kings and governments of various and diverse types are established not to own and rule lands, but rather to benefit mankind, to protect life and dignity, and to give organization that allows man to strive to better himself. Funny thing, how it is that each generation sees the evil of the elders that went before, claims that it will do better, and then does exactly the same thing, even if it renames it. That is the history of humanity. Humankind has not changed. It has not changed since Adam made his first excuse. But the woman gave it to me. Or since Cain killed Abel. Or since Lamech was mocked because he killed a man. How often has it been you read through the most ancient scriptures of any faith and you find war? Perhaps some of the scriptures simply are the war. The Bhagavad Gita is war from beginning to end. And yet, such in many ways is what humanity is. For life is war within each human being. Good against evil, the better self against the not quite so divine self. Each individual is continually at war from birth. Of course it would be so when we hear that before the creation of man, there was war in the heavens. What makes you think there wouldn't be war upon earth? And if there is to be war in the earth, what greater war could there be than the war that tugs and rips at the heart of each individual? That duality of spirit where man fights continually against himself, saying, I would do good, but then does evil. Yet this is the way, for it is the spirit fighting the flesh. It is the divine fighting the carnal. It is God indwelling in this temporary temple. And so, the very essence of our being is at war with the very essence of our existence. Ponder this, for the truth is, he who conquers is the victor. But we do not speak of those who conquer nations, for it is easier to conquer a nation than it is to conquer your own heart. So if you would be victorious in a war, then be victorious in the war that will last for eternity. Let your spirit conquer your carnality. We leave you with blessings and with peace.